Santos. This week in GTA Online, Rockstar did something very simple. They walked into the middle of the city, placed a free bunker on the table, surrounded it with Independence Day discounts, doubled several bunker-related activities, and quietly reminded everybody that the Kortz Center Heist is almost here. That is a lot happening at once. And that is exactly why this update should not be treated like a normal holiday sale. Yes, there are fireworks. Yes, there are patriotic outfits. Yes, there is a free musket and a free firework launcher. Yes, Los Santos is once again celebrating Independence Day in the most Los Santos way possible. Discounted military equipment, underground weapons manufacturing, and a business model that somehow turns freedom into inventory management. Completely normal. But underneath the red, white, and blue, Rockstar is doing something more important. They are pushing players back toward infrastructure. The headline this week is the free Lago Zancudo Bunker. That sounds simple. Free property. Claim it. Move on. But this is GTA Online, so nothing is ever that clean. A free bunker is valuable because the bunker unlocks a real layer of the game. Gunrunning, research, weapons manufacturing, ammunition deliveries, bunker cell missions, upgrades, nightclub connection through sporting goods. That is not cosmetic, that is structure. For a new player, this is one of the strongest opportunities in the current update. Claiming a free bunker gives the account access to a serious long-term system without paying the normal property cost. That matters. But the problem is location. Lago Zancudo is free this week, but free does not automatically mean perfect. A bunker is not only purchased once, it is used repeatedly. Every sale, every supply run, every delivery, every trip back to the property becomes part of the real cost. A bad location charges you in time. A free location can still charge you in distance. That is the first contrast of the week. Free access versus long-term convenience. If you are new and you do not own a bunker, claim it. Take the access. Use the opportunity. Learn the system. But if you already own a better positioned bunker, do not let the word free make you reckless. There is no reason to move a working setup backward just because Rockstar put a bow on another location. That is how Los Santos gets people. It smiles, says free, and then waits for you to drive across half the map for the next 6 months. Other bunkers, including upgrades and modifications, are also discounted this week. That is where experienced players should pay attention. If the free bunker gives access, a better bunker gives efficiency. There is a difference. A beginner may need the doorway. An established account may need the right operating position. This is also a strong week for bunker work itself. Bunker cell missions are paying double. Bunker research speed is doubled. Bunker research missions from Agent 14 are paying double GTA dollars, double RP, and double research progress. Ammunition contract missions are also paying double. Complete 3 bunker research missions this week, and the weekly challenge rewards the Blue Jock Cranley jumpsuit plus $100,000. That is what works about this update. Rockstar is not only discounting the bunker, they are rewarding the activities connected to it. The property is being promoted, the research is being promoted, the sales are being promoted, the delivery contracts are being promoted. Everything points back to the same system. That is how an event week should work. Not one bonus on one side of the map, another discount somewhere else, and a free shirt that looks like it was discovered under a vending machine. This week has a spine. The bunker is the spine. And that matters because GTA Online does not need more random activity. It needs better reasons to revisit the systems already inside the account. The bunker is one of those systems that still makes sense when the account grows. It produces stock. It supports research. It feeds the nightclubs. It gives weapon parts deliveries. It remains connected to the larger business network. That is what separates it from weaker businesses. Some businesses add leverage. Some businesses add work. The car wash is a good example of the second kind. The idea sounds useful. A legitimate front for money laundering should be one of the most important pieces of a criminal organization. It should connect businesses. It should move money. It should reduce exposure. It should make the account feel more sophisticated. Instead, it mostly creates another place where somebody needs the owner to personally show up and solve a problem. At some point, the organization starts looking less like a criminal network and more like a group chat where everyone keeps tagging the same person. The bunker does better than that. It is not perfect. It still requires attention. It still requires setup. It still has sail pressure. But it has real function. It connects. It produces. It supports another system. That is the difference. This is why every GTA Online business should be judged by what it adds to the account, not simply by what it pays during a bonus week. A payout can be temporary. A good system remains useful after the event ends. That is the question every player should ask this week. Am I buying something because it is discounted? Or am I strengthening something I will actually use? That question matters even more because this is not only a bunker week. Rockstar is calling this one of its biggest sales, and the discounts are heavy. Agencies and their upgrades are discounted. Hangars and their upgrades are discounted. The Mobile Operations Center is heavily discounted. The Terabyte is heavily discounted. That is not a random collection. Those are operating tools. The agency gives controlled active work, services, an armory, a safe, vehicle storage, and access to several useful systems. The hangar gives aircraft storage, smuggling work, and another connection into cargo logic. The Mobile Operations Center supports weapons, vehicles, and older military-style operations. The Terabyte connects to nightclub ownership, client jobs, vehicle work, and the Oppressor Memcat part. Again, look at the pattern. Rockstar is discounting infrastructure. Not just luxury, not just decoration, not just another sports car waiting to become garage furniture. This week is filled with tools. That makes the update stronger than a normal holiday event. There are vehicle discounts, of course. There always are. Los Santos cannot celebrate anything without turning half the websites into a financial trap with fireworks in the background. But the strongest part of the sale is not the temptation to fill garages. The strongest part is the chance to strengthen the working side of the account. Bunker, agency, hangar, mock, terabyte. These are not equal purchases. They do different things. They belong at different stages. But they all carry function. And function is where the player should be looking. For players who enjoy races, the Stunt Race series is paying triple GTA dollars in RP. Running Back Remix is paying double. The Community series is also paying double. That gives the week some activity outside business management. And that is useful. Not every session has to become a spreadsheet with explosions. Sometimes the game needs racing, combat modes, a little chaos, something that does not end with Agent 14 calling again to discuss logistics. Still, the center of the week remains the bunker and the preparation path toward the Kortz Center Heist. That path is active through the Fine Art Collector program. Log in before July 13th and receive $500,000 within 72 hours, plus the free benefactor turret limo. Complete any heist before July 13th and receive another $1 million within 72 hours, plus the noose outfit. Mansion owners who log in during the program period are being prepared for additional rewards when the Kortz Center Heist launches, including a $1 million discount on the art studio upgrade, a free Annihilator stealth helicopter, a sculpture, and a unique painting tied to the upcoming heist. That is the second spine of the upgrade. The bunker is the working system for this week. The Fine Art Collector program is the bridge to what comes next. And the Kortz Center Heist is now officially dated for July 14th. That changes how this update should be read. This is not just Independence Day filler. This is the final staging period before the next major operation. The Project Breakaway file is the feed priority file from July 2nd through July 8th. Then the Fine Art file becomes the FEB priority file from July 9th through July 13th. That timing is not accidental. Rockstar is moving the player from military and federal activity into fine art activity right before the Kortz Center opens. The week starts with bunkers, research, weapon parts, and patriotic chaos. Then it shifts toward art, mansions, and heist preparation. That is a very Los Santos transition. One week you are moving illegal weapons through ammunition. The next week you are discussing priceless paintings. Same character, different jacket, probably the same amount of danger. The salvage yard robberies also rotate this week. From July 2nd through July 8th, the targets are the Grotti Italia RSX, the Classique Broadway, and the Vapid Ellie. From July 9th through July 13th, the list shifts to the Grotti Turismo Omaggio, the Ubermacht Cypher, and the Willard Eudora. The casino podium vehicle is the Ocelot Jugular. The LS car meet prize ride is the Lampadati Viserys, unlocked by winning a race for 2 days in a row. Business battles are also carrying guaranteed Independence Day items and logging in rewards the Lady Liberty bucket hat. So yes, there is plenty to collect, but collection should not replace strategy. The hat is a reward. The bunker is a system. The difference matters. This is where the established player base and Rockstar's design thinking meet. Rockstar wants activity. The player wants useful activity. Rockstar wants the map moving. The player wants the account stronger after the movement is finished. When those two things align, the update works. This week, they mostly align. A free bunker gives new players access. Discounted bunkers and upgrades give returning players a chance to correct location or improve the business. Double bunker sales make the system worth operating. Double research speed gives players a reason to push projects forward. Ammunition contract bonuses add a clean side route. The Fine Art Collector program keeps everyone pointed toward July 14th. That is a good structure. The only warning is the same warning that applies to every major sale. Do not let discounts make decisions for you. A free property is only useful if you understand what role it plays. A discounted vehicle is only useful if it solves a problem, supports a routine, or brings genuine enjoyment without disrupting the next purchase. A discounted business is only valuable when it adds more than it demands. That is the whole issue with late-stage GTA Online. The account does not always need another obligation. It needs better connection between the obligations already there. This is why the upcoming art studio matters so much. If the mansion expansion becomes real infrastructure, Rockstar is moving in the right direction. If it becomes another room with another board and another person waiting for the owner to fix everything, then we are back in the car wash problem again. And I do not need another business where I buy the building, pay for staff, and still somehow become the only employee with transportation. The best version of GTA Online going forward is not endless property multiplication. It is integration. Existing properties gaining new purpose, staff gaining better functions, businesses supporting each other in ways that matter, mansions becoming more than scenery, offices behaving more like control centers, operations becoming deeper instead of simply spreading wider. This Independence Day update hints at that better direction because it returns attention to useful systems instead of only adding noise. The bunker still matters. The agency still matters. The hangar still matters. The Terabyte and Mock still matter. The Fine Art program is preparing the next major operation, and the mansion is about to be tested as something more than luxury. That is the real report this week. Claim what is free. Use the bunker bonuses. Take the Fine Art money before the program closes. Watch the July 9th shift into the Fine Art file. Prepare for July 14th. And most importantly, read the difference between activity and structure. Because Los Santos will always give you something to do. The question is whether the thing you are doing makes the account stronger when the fireworks stop.